Alright, welcome to my 24th class and 24th chapter of MySQL. Here so here what we are trying to do is we are creating views in this chapter. View, okay, that's a very good question. So what is the view? So far we have dealt with tables, created a lot of tables here. Too bad, not good. For a free database we have created a lot more tables. Not good, they'll cut this off. Okay, nevertheless, so what happens is so far we have created tables which few of them we can't even see. Not sure why. Some of them we can see. Okay, so views are the virtual entity. Okay, tables are physical entity. You can view it. View also you can view it, but here views are actually the virtual entity. Okay, so it's kind of tables, but it's not tables. It's like saying it's a table, but it's not a table. Okay, but the thing is here. I hope we have access to the view at least. So you can do the similar thing what you do for the table, but the only thing is it's a virtual entity, and table is a physical entity. That's the important thing actually. There's only thing to remember. Let's see here. So actually the question arises is, what's the point, right? What's the point of having these two things, table and view? That's a question. Obviously you might have the same question. So when working as an admin, you will be having a lot of things. Okay, administrator does a lot of things. So views are, I'm not a pro to say about what we do with the view, but what my views on view are, like, you use whenever you are using for this mirroring and database mirroring, and you want to use this temporary table, kind of thing, and all those things. So you want to create a view kind of temporary thing and delete later. So that's the concept for the view. Okay, it's a virtual entity. Okay, enough of this theoretical part. Now let's go to C here. MySQL. I think these guys have done this for Unix. Oh my, these guys have done for Unix actually. So create view, test as select start from T. Alright, so what we'll do here, I hope we have access for this. Let's find out. We don't have access. Create new command derived for user on table V. Cannot create views here. Alright, so the problem is we can create tables. Let's do this. Let's try to do this actually. We can create tables, but we can because maybe a table was not created. That's fine. Okay, so we are creating a table called T, and we're putting this price as integer, and this got executed, and we got this table T. And next what we are trying to do is insert values into that T here. Okay, and one row got inserted, which is good. And now next what we'll do here is, now we are trying to create a view here. I hope this works. But if we have access, this lot of admin access. Oh, good. Finally we can see views here. Okay, great. So we have created a view as quantity price, but you have only one column for this view. Okay, we have views finally. That's happy to see. Okay, now what we'll do, okay, now so since we got view here, sorry, here what we'll do here is we'll select star from B. Oh. So whenever you're trying to select say quantity 353, so but we inserted this in table, right, not in the views. Oh yeah, we did. So what we did is actually we created this. Okay, let's understand the whole concept of this SQL actually. That's the record it gets 350, 150. Yeah, that's what we got. So we'll try to understand what we are trying to do here. Okay, first thing is we create a table. We know how to create a table, right? We are inserting a column called quantity with an integer, price column with an integer. Fine. Inserting a values into the T table with the values 350. That means we are inserting value for quantity 3 and for price 50. Okay, fair enough. Now what we are trying to do here is the next third statement. We are creating a view, right? What's this? Okay, as select quantity. So we are actually trying to link that way, kind of linking this thing. Okay, quantity price, and we're trying to multiply with this price as value from T. Okay, so what we are trying to it's kind of creating a temporary view, a temporary table called view, and we are trying to link with that and put the values into that. So whenever you see V, that shows this record. So technically if you want to see values, okay, we'll just get out of this table. It's a lot of problems. Technically if you want to see the same record supposed to be there in the table too, that is table T, select star from, so same value should be there, 350, remember, 350. Okay, so yeah, 352. But when you're doing views, it's showing 3 values. Okay, why? Because we are multiplying here and storing that in the, so it's kind of storing that so here you're using as a variable. Okay, you're using as a variable and storing that into that particular view, so that view has that value. So whenever you query that view, you will get that value, right? That's V, and we can use that as a table. So we can use that as a table, no issues, but it's a view. Okay, so I hope you understood this. So the point here is we are creating the table and we are using view as a variable and putting the data into it, and additional data as a value 150, and we are using and why this is we use for a store procedure. We have this next in future classes we have this store procedure. In that case it will be very useful, but since here we don't find any use here, so we'll not just talk too much. But here the point here is we can use as a table, we can use views as a table. Okay, you are using as a variable here and inserting the data into view, and you are pulling up data. Do you have any other example? Alright, so here you have some, or you can also create temporary view. That's good. So you have some information here, you might want to go through it and you can see through it. That's okay. And so here's an example, but create view, my view as let's see here how this thing would work out. Let's see here. Are we actually supposed to use this? This is actually Unix commands, but we are using here. So Let's say this is 24th. And let's see if this query works or not. Not sure, but we will find out. So what happens is, how interesting this is. Create view, my view as select a dot. This is pretty complicated from main table, and we don't have main table, so I don't think this will work, but let's find out. There's no main table here, so don't worry about it. Yep, main table. So what you can do here is, okay, we need this ID kind of thing. We don't have ID here. We have in car ID, right? Yeah, we have this car ID. So why don't we use as car main instead of main table? We use car, and we'll use the left outer join other table. Wow, just too bad. Okay, then we can use ID. Here we have this ID. So there's no other table called B that we have to use owners table. Owners, but we don't have, we have owner ID. Okay, so car ID, and you want to join owner ID. So extra data, there's no extra data from car. B means this, so we don't have this. Let's find out. Yeah, there is no column name called extra data. Too bad. Now owner. Okay, now it should be good. Oh, too bad. Okay, great. Wait, what happened really? I cannot see my query. Okay, so query did ran, but okay, we created view technically. Okay, yes, that's right. So we have view. Alright, that's good. We have created view and stored some information out there. Great. So let's find out what's that my view is all about. Select star from my view. Okay, we can select this as a table, so because it's like a table. Ooh, so we got some information here in the view. So we stored a little bit information. Okay, good, that's fine. So let's try to understand what the query is all about. Wait, not this. Okay, so this is the query, right? So we'll use this as a query. Why this thing is acting funny? Okay. So here we are trying to create a view as my view, and as we are doing aliasing. So, but here the problem here is, now you are selecting here with the owner table and the car table, and you are trying to do the left outer join, okay, on this owner table and the car table. You're trying to do left outer join, and whatever the results, there will be a result, right? You are storing in my view. That means the point here is, if you remove this and see, the records will be the same what is there in the my view. So we are using as a temporary table. We are creating it as a temporary table, and we are storing that into view. Okay, so that's the point of this. So we are using as a variable actually. Okay, so it's good. Now dropping a view. Okay, you can drop a view. So we'll drop a view. Now create a view, so we can drop a view. So we'll drop. We can use as a table. So we drop this. Oh. Wow, it's supposed to. Okay, so drop view. So this is a little bit different here. The query is a little bit different here. So you want to specify drop view, and which view you want to drop is V. So we dropped, just delete it. It's not delete. Okay, drop is not delete. Delete is not drop. Okay, you have to understand this. The difference between the delete and drop is delete means it delete the records, not the structure, but drop drops the whole table with structure. Okay, delete only deletes the records. Here the whole structure gets removed. So that's the point here, dropping a view. So okay, that was simple. These guys have created some complex here. We didn't use where. We don't want. If you want to delete, you can delete. Okay, so you can also do that. Updating a table via view. Okay, that's very interesting. Okay, so that's pretty much of about view and dropping a view. So hope you understood. So this view is like a table, but it's a virtual entity. You have to understand it's a virtual entity. We have so many tables here. We could also created some few of the views. Okay, we also drop this view too. Okay, so it can work as a table too. Okay, so mostly here we are, so in this concept where we are trying to use it as a variable and storing whatever the data. Remember this, what we are trying to do was we were actually trying to create a view and was doing this left outer join, and whatever the results we were trying to do, we are storing in my view. It was that easy. Okay, see, the reason you need all this because when you are trying to do the stored procedure, you want to do this because you want some variable and you don't want how you get some variable, you can use view. So that's the reason, that's the whole point of that. So virtual entity, whenever you want, you can drop it, no big deal. It's just a view, not a table, because you can also create temporary table. That's a different story. You can do that for temporary table, but the view will be more useful because it's just a view. It's a logical entity. Okay, I hope you understood this class. If not, you can reach out through my email, or maybe you can refer this manual. Actually, this manual. I'm sorry, this handout. This handout is very good. Go ahead. I would recommend this. You can go ahead and refer this. No big deal. It's good. And if you have questions, you can reach out to me. But I don't think you will have any questions if you're reading this manual and watching this video. Okay, I don't think you have some problem except my accent or something else, but not the this video lecture. Okay, so I hope you found this video useful. We'll continue with the next class. Okay, thanks.